Howdy folks, EJ here. We're back on the EdgeCraft server again, and I hear Denise's revenge has been very quick and very efficient, so I'm not exactly sure what he did, but apparently there's been some sort of counter prank, like within the same day that I did the prank, which is pretty amazing, but I'm kind of scared. Denise's name is actually in the death chest back there, but I'm not going to plan on killing anyone today, because I'm kind of done with that for now. So, all I know about this prank is that I'm supposed to be recording whenever I find whatever it is that happened, and then, there's something like a chest in my basement. That's all I've heard, so I have no idea what to expect. But apparently, I'm supposed to record my reaction to whatever is down here. Down? Alright, probably this thing. For Ethan only. Oh dear. Oh no. What? Did you hear that as well? Oh, must have been in water. Oh, I'm scared. He must have set up some sort of redstone contraption that'll like blow up some TNT in water or something. Or maybe it'll blow up after I come back and think it's safe. I don't know. Well, that is funny because like he said, or I said in the previous episode, he's probably gonna blow up everything. What? What? There it is. So redstone dust, light TNT, drop it in water. I see. That's funny. Is that it, or is there more? I don't know. I have a feeling that might be it, but that was scary. I'll admit it. I was like, oh no, he's blowing up my entire base. Maybe there's something else. I don't know. I'll go check around, but I think that's probably it. So, well played, Denise. You did give me a minor heart attack real quick. Oh my, this is a lot to check actually. These are all mine. I'm just kind of dumping random stuff there every time I come back from an adventure lately. In fact, I probably need to do that again. Very explosive start to this new episode. Anyway, well, actually I did have a reason to be down here anyway, so it's good that I ended up in this particular area. So, Artistica over there is actually a really good builder. We should actually probably go check out her base in a little bit, if we have time, and if the sign is gone, because there was a sign over by her base that said, it's under renovation, don't look until it's ready. So we'll have to see if that looks good. But anyway, the reason I'm down here is because, remember that episode where I was building this and I said, I'm pretty happy with this? I'm not quite sure what I was thinking, because this design, it's interesting, but to me, I'm not happy with it, so it looked kind of weird, and it really doesn't fit the theme. I don't know what I was thinking a couple episodes ago. So I think I'm going to have someone who's a little bit better at building come in here and come up with some sort of awesome, cool-looking plan to build in here, because this is obviously going to be a community build as soon as I abandon it. And I won't need to worry about building whatever I'm going to build in here, and we can just have someone else do it. Then I think we're finally going to venture off into the wilderness and find myself a new base. And I've actually got some plans for that. So we'll have to do that in a little bit. So yeah, this room needs to be rebuilt. I'm going to give Artistica some sort of like prompt in a book maybe that says, hey, can you rebuild this room or come up with some sort of cool looking plan, because you're a lot better of a builder than I am. And she was the main designer for this EdgeCraft thing, so the cool looking lobby we have over there is actually pretty cool now. Do not enter, currently under renovation. Well, she's not responding to me, and I think she said in chat that she was done with renovation a while ago, and she was very proud of her house now. Maybe she just forgot to take down these signs. And I do need to give her this book in some way, so I guess I'm just gonna head on over there, and hopefully we're good, because she's not responding to me in chat right now. Well, we are over in Artistica's base now. It turns out that she actually wasn't done renovating, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. She is AFK at the moment, so I could not give her this book personally. So I'm just going to put this in a chest over here. But as you can see, this is a very nice little area that she's built. She's a pretty good decorator, interior and exterior. The outside of this base looks amazing, but I can't show it to you yet, because it's not done. So at the moment, I think I'm just going to put this book into this chest and leave it for her to decide whether or not she wants to do this build for us. So, hey Art. You know the newest part of my basement, the deepest part that still looks decorated? I'm not quite satisfied with the design, and I want to leave my base with things looking nice when I find a new home. So, would you be so kind as to come up with a new design and make the rest of that community build look awesome as I'm in the process of leaving it behind? I know you're a good builder, and I've run out of ideas that match the theme of the build. I'm kind of tired of the project. Of course, I should pay you in diamonds, as long as you declare a reasonable price depending on how much you do. We can discuss specific details later, but let me know if you're interested. Ethan. So I'm just going to plop that in here, and we'll have to see what she says, but hopefully this will be a good way to get the rest of that basement decorated in a way that looks better than whatever I decided to plop down there. So, as we're trekking back to the base, I'm going to let you know pretty much what I'm planning. I saw a video recently where somebody was building a base inside a guardian temple and like rearranging it and making it look really super awesome. And I got a whole bunch of ideas that are based off that. So I think I'd like to start building a base inside a guardian temple. Obviously, I'm not going to use the one that we all found corporately because that was like all of our project and somebody's probably going to turn it into a farm. If I want to build a base, I'm going to need to go tackle one of those guardian temples on my own, and then we'll have to see what happens there. So hopefully my armor won't end up as damaged as it was last time, but I think that was mainly due to Denisi attacking me. Oh, by the way, let's see what Denisi's shop says. Denisi shop. Reopen, payment chest is here. Let's check some of his prices. Blocks, this looks exactly the same. I don't see slime balls in there, which is good. 3 diamonds. Oh, that's a little cheap actually, because you can literally make a diamond pickaxe for 3 diamonds, and this one isn't already enchanted. I'd pay that. Wow. In fact, I may do that. I'd actually feel like I was cheating him now, because this is like a little too cheap. You don't need to go that much, Denise. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's check around over here. Golden apple. 1 per 3 diamond blocks? What? Okay, that's still a little ridiculous. So, I think he still has a bit more work to do. 3 diamond blocks? I mean, we have a gold farm that gives us infinite gold. You can get 8 gold blocks to surround an apple with pretty quickly. Who in the right mind would pay 3 diamond blocks? Okay, I'm not going to complain. But things appear a little bit better now. At least things are a little bit more reasonable, but that still needs a bit of work. Anyway, I think the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and venture off into the distance to find a new guardian temple so that we can start moving all our stuff into. Either that or we will start working on the Enderman farm or a witch farm, because we have started working on several of those things, and I'm not sure what I want to work on next. Oh, and as for this, I'm not exactly sure what this means. I think Java put this here. It says, EJ, can I hook up your chicken farm to a duplication device? Beacon, diamonds, dragon egg, sponge. At least sponge. I'm not exactly sure why he wants to hook up a duplication device to a chicken farm. It kind of confuses me. But if he wants to duplicate stuff with, like, beacons and dragon eggs and sponges or whatever, if he knows how to do that, I see no reason not to, as long as it doesn't like have any chance of losing it. Because if it's vanilla cheats or whatever, or vanilla glitches or something, I don't mind if you exploit a glitch. It's just as long as you don't hack or something. So Java, whatever you're planning, as long as you're careful and you leave things the way they were afterward, then feel free to do whatever you're gonna do, I guess. I have no idea what you're talking about though. I'm kind of confused about what you're talking about, but I guess if you know what you're doing, and as long as you leave everything the way it was before, feel free to use exploits and glitches to do stuff and like, yeah. Oh, also, and since we're leaving this build as like a community build, all these chests are going to be pretty useless here if I just leave them here labeled dirt, gravel, and sand, but I take all my dirt, gravel, and sand. So I think what I'm going to do here is have this community build like these chest storage areas. I think I'm going to like put signs on each of these chests, and they'll be like lockers for people so they can come in and have community storage if they want to. And we can also use this part of the build as like a lost and found type thing for one of these. Like maybe this could be the lost and found. And this is just the trash compactor where you can throw in things that are totally useless. And then down here, if you have something that you don't want but somebody else might want, you can just kind of like toss in your possibly useful junk. And like, I don't want any of this stuff, but somebody else might want this because it's got some unbreaking and I don't know. Who knows? Whatever people want, it can be found in there. And of course this is going to be a very useful build for everyone because it's got a bunch of each type of animal. Okay, somebody's been killing all the cows. Dang, bunny, how do you keep escaping from your... these bunnies, I tell you, man, these bunnies are just gonna kill me. Oh, it's roped up, isn't it? Okay, well, still, I don't remember putting him on a lead, but... Wait, you're not on a lead, are you? Don't go to the nether like you always do. Oh, okay, it's glitches. Anyway, we have a bunch of each type of animal. We have villagers that are apparently going unrendered. Let me reconnect here and see if that solves the problem. Maybe we don't. Why are these villagers gone? Did something break in here and kill the villagers? That would be a problem if that is the case. What on earth happened? Do I need to reload the map again? I hope not. What happened to the villagers? I am confuzzled. Anyway, I'll figure that situation out. And we've got a bunch of sheep, and we have some other farms for netherwort, mushrooms, and we have some farms for slime and fish farm, and wheat and potatoes and carrots and bread and cactus and melon and pumpkin and reeds and pretty much everything you could ever want we have in this farm. There's even a tree farm down there. So yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff around here, but hopefully this will be a useful build for everyone to come to when they need stuff. I might even change the design up there because it's just kind of like a dinky little hut up here. Maybe I'll make it have like a better entrance into the ground or something, even though I do kind of like this little cottage feel to it. But who knows, I guess we'll have to see. So many questions, so many things to do, lots of stuff going on the server. Oh, and speaking of so many things to do on the server, we've got like 4 or 5 people that we need to discuss whether or not we're going to let onto the server officially and stuff. You've already met one of them. So we need to have a council meeting at some point, because I am not able to contact anyone lately. So everyone, we do really need to talk at some point soon. We've got like at least 3 or 4 ideas of cool stuff to add to the server, like custom achievements and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. And we've also got like 4 or 5 people that we need to discuss whether or not we want to let them on officially and do some sort of episode, or just say, okay, you're official. Something like that. I don't know. We got lots of stuff to do. And there's also like UHCs to discuss, because there might be a UHC in 1 month from now, because another server has kind of talked to us about whether or not we want to join them for a UHC. But yeah, lots of crazy stuff going on. Newsflash, we actually ended up having our council meeting. We talked about a lot of important stuff, and then we decided to go ahead and have a little bit of a ceremony to induct 2 new members to the server, and we decided to hold off on the other couple people that we were discussing for the moment. Unfortunately, none of us were in a Skype call or anything, so we had to type everything to each other, and it was kind of goofy. But it was still fun, and now we have 2 new members, officially, Zach Skiing Penguins and Robot Demon, or Subject Redstone. We also all voted on a new system of government. Because I was having so much trouble contacting everyone and it was like impossible to get everyone in touch, we decided that we don't necessarily need to have everybody vote on anything anymore. So we all voted on it, and we say that now we can just kind of like do what we need to, because like it's really hard to get everyone in touch with each other. So from now on we're going to do things a little bit differently in terms of making decisions and stuff. We also discussed a bunch of other little awesome things to add to the server. For example, Java Python finally got his wish from the very first episode of using player skulls. So we have now added to the server that if you get killed, your player head drops where you died. We also voted on Denise's custom achievements, and we decided that instead of having like a bunch of random custom achievements, we would allow everybody to make up 1 custom achievement if they wanted. And we added Denise's to the game. Basically what it is if you survive for 30 seconds with only half a heart, then you get this achievement. We also discussed a couple other awesome things, but they are still works in progress, so we'll talk about them later. One final thing to note is keep inventory is now off, so you can lose your items again. We decided to do this with the permission of Java, because the only reason we turned it on was because we felt so bad for Java with his terrible internet, but we decided that it was kind of a little bit cheaty to be always like dying and then still having your items at the end, so we decided to go ahead and turn it off, and told Java just to be really, really careful. Okay, got the command block set up in a test world, so hopefully this system will work now. So if I come over here and do the /kill command, boom. Okay, well I'm clearly dead. The spellbook thing that you saw in my inventory for a split second there was just a work in progress, but as you can see, my head has successfully dropped. So now your player head drops whenever you die on the server. Awesome. Now, if you're wondering why I was just in the end while I was doing my testing, that is because there's some more testing I did that I want to show you in just a second. But before we do that, SubjectRedstone has come over here and completely revamped my skeleton farm grinder thing, and I don't know what it did, so he said to come over here and check it out. Step 1, pull lever up, okay. Step 2, press the button. The button, okay. Step 3, wait 15 seconds. Step 4, pull lever down, repeat. Okay, so I guess that lever, all it does is it stops new skeletons from getting in there. I'm not sure exactly what he did to my timing. I'm kind of curious as to what he did over here. Okay, cool. So he just used I guess this is a hopper clock with a bunch of piston stuff. Which I guess makes sense, because it's a lot more efficient. The way I did it before was I just used a whole bunch of repeaters. That was before I knew as much as I do now about Redstone. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Perfect. It appears to still work. By the way, my name is now changed. At last. Yay! Been waiting for this for a long time. Thanks, Mojang. After 2 years, I can now change my username so it no longer gives away my first and last name. Alright, now we are in the end test world again, and the reason we're here is because it is finally time to get an Enderman farm of some sort worked out, because we've had this end dimension mined out for a while, but we haven't really done anything with it. So it's about time we come up with some sort of design on what we want to end up building in this dimension, in this test world, and then we can go ahead and start building. We spawned on this obsidian platform. This is where the world spawn is for the end dimension, and look what it has become. Now, I want your opinions on this because I spent a lot of time in creative mode figuring out different plans of what I want to do in the end on the server, because obviously I spent a lot of time mining out the entire dimension, so I want to make sure that whatever we actually end up building in that empty void is pretty and cool looking and is actually functional. So, hello. So yes, this farm does have a couple of weird things like Enderman doing things like that, so that's why I have this little service exit over here. Blocked off with a bit of glass so you can't kill yourself, but sometimes you need to come up here and clean up the Endermen that spawn. But I do have something up here in the actual farm area that usually stops them from teleporting, though there are some anomalies like that, and I'm not sure how to stop that. But anyway, this water up here stops them from teleporting most of the time, and the Endermen are after this Endermite that is in a minecart here. I'm kind of scared if I want to get too close to it, but there is an Endermite in here with a name tag so he doesn't despawn. I don't want to nudge the minecart off this fence post because it was kind of annoying to get it up there. But anyway, the Endermen spawn on here, and then they get mad at the Endermite, try to kill him, they fall into this slot, and all of these are just too high so that they can't actually get out, but I can. And then they fall all the way down there, take just enough damage so that they are at 1/2 heart and I can easily punch them to death. The reason this is 2 wide instead of just 1 wide was a later redesign, because there were so many of them in there that they were pushing each other into blocks and starting to take suffocation damage and kill each other and all sorts of weird things, and they were teleporting everywhere. So I just decided to make it a little bit bigger, which kind of made the design look a little bit funky, but it's okay. Anyway, what do you think of this design in general? Because I tried to make it look like a spaceship of some sort, or some sort of like shuttle bus type of thing. To me, it looks more like a penguin, but I'm not exactly sure. But I came up with this design in creative completely on my own, just freehand, messing around with different things. And I broke it all and redid it like a million times, but I wanted it to be functional, but I also wanted it to be really cool looking. So, as you can see, there's an enchanting area over here, and then there's some iron to replace the anvils when they break, and there's an ender chest. This part here is actually, I put some dark oak under here so that you can use this as an infinite obsidian source if you want. You can just mine up all these, and then every time you go to the end, this thing replenishes itself if you didn't know that. So you can use this as infinite obsidian if you want. And then over here is the piece de resistance, the back of the spaceship, where you can basically just go ahead and punch these endermen to death. They're at 1/2 heart, so I can easily just mash all these guys. In fact, I might as well do it with a sword because I'm in creative and I don't want to break anything. But anyway, I can kill all these guys as fast as I can, and they pretty much instantly are replaced by new ones that spawn and fall down. So you're pretty much never going to run out of endermen here, unless like a bunch of them teleport onto the roof or something and you need to go ahead and do a bit of a cleanup crew. But anyway, once you're done killing all your endermen, you can either pick up the ender pearls from right there, or the hoppers will take them to this chest. And as you can see, I'm getting ender pearls pretty quick there. So I think I'm just going to leave that for now. But what do you think of this design? Because upon looking at it later, I can't decide if I like it or not. It still doesn't look quite like a spaceship from the outside to me. I wanted the interior and the exterior both to look pretty cool. I'm still not sure if I like this design, but let me know if there's anything I can improve about this. I've never built a spaceship or anything even like a spaceship in Minecraft, and I haven't really been doing much decorative building lately, so I feel like I've kind of lost my touch. But I do like the interior a bit. It looks kind of cool, but there's a lot of cyan stained clay here. It looks a little bit like overpowering. What types of like detail or decoration can I add to this? What is your advice on what I should be adding to this place? And of course I can have the EdgeCraft people help me decorate as well. But yeah, I guess the next step would be to gather some material so I can start building this. And I will look forward to seeing any of your comments and advice on what in the world I should do with this build. Because I just don't know. I built this and I've been staring at it so long. It's kind of grown on me, but it still just looks like a penguin just kind of sitting there with his little beak, and I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what to think anymore. But Does it look like a spaceship? Does it look like a passable work of art? Or is it more of an eyesore? I don't know what to say. All I know is that it works, and I want to get the Enderman / Ender Pearl farm working as fast as possible, and this enchantment area set up, and we can worry about the decorations later. I kind of stole some of this design from other Enderman farms I've seen, but I also came up with some of it myself. And I just kind of tried to integrate it into one cohesive build that looks like a spaceship of some sort, because as you know, we're going for the whole like spaceships in floating in space type of theme. I can't decide if I want to have like a minecart rail coming off of here on black wool, so it'll kind of just look like a pathway going off into the other spaceships. And the way that I want to have us get from this spaceship over to the other one is by teleportation, i.e. an ender pearl, because obviously you've got infinite ender pearls right there, and you can just throw one of them to make it over there. And I wanted to have like some sort of safety mechanism down here so people don't die if they miss their ender pearl. But yeah, so I'll have like black glass down here with some water on top just to make sure that nobody ends up dying from that. But I think it would be a cool little way just to keep with the like starship and teleportation and futuristic technologies. You can like be beamed over to this other spaceship hangar or something. And this is probably going to be like a really big spaceship. So yeah, that'll definitely not be a project for one episode. Even though I mined out the entire end dimension in one episode, but there wasn't really much to say about that. It was just kind of busy work. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for advice on this. Please let me know what you think and what I can improve, and whether I should like try to get back into building because I haven't been doing much lately, or if you want more redstone concept videos or what. I just don't know what to do. I'm so busy lately. It's like I can't do much in terms of videos, but I really want to. But yeah, I think that's probably going to have to be the end of this episode. I'm sorry that it's cut a little bit short, but I've had quite a terrible time. Like, I've spent days trying to design this thing, and I've been really busy lately, as you may be able to tell, so EdgeCraft episodes are kind of hard to make, because like I actually want to accomplish something during the time that I'm spending on there, and it does kind of take a while to accomplish anything. Like, building this thing, it was not a quick task. It took me, like, a couple days to come up with an Enderman design. But I guess that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye bye.